everyone, I'm Holly and welcome to the Pack and Chat Part 2. I am packing orders from our fall/restock release. So we had a lot going on with this release. And this first order is going to Beverly, and Beverly is one of my amazing customers, and I wanted to see, I don't remember where Beverly is from. Let me check real quick. Pennsylvania. So we're shipping this one off to Pennsylvania. So into this order, we're going to put a Beeziest of Knees and a spiked cider soap. And of course my air conditioner is just really working hard at the moment, wouldn't you know? Oh goodness. And then we have a Maple Leaves in a High Society. Tuck those in there. Let's see what we've got going on. I have some wax melts over here, so I'm just gonna create a nice flat spot for those to go. That'll look good. And we'll tuck a little shred into the gaps. I had a customer email me and said, you know, it must look bigger on the screen because I didn't actually use that much shred in their order. And it was just a very compact package and they really loved it. And that was just their insight that, you know, for the people that complain that I use too much shred, maybe it just looks worse than it really is. And I have to agree because I buy it in, well, I buy large boxes, but it's very, very, very compact, and so I really fluff it up, and so I think it just does look like more than it really is. We have some apple cider donut wax melts, some pumpkin souffle wax melts, we've got a sunflower wax melt, and stay tuned because I will be bringing some of the wax melts back. I'm planning on having clamshell restock plus another scent or two. I am not, capital N-O-T, not bringing back the sunflowers, but the scent itself, the Amish quilt, will be available in a clamshell. I'm not, N-O-T, not doing the Bite Me bar, but all the other ones will be back. And so we'll be restocking these ones as well. We have the caramel apple, get a better grip on it, wax melt bar, those are so fun. We have the cranberry rhubarb preserves wax melt bar, and the buttered pumpkin pecan waffles wax melt bar. Of course, they'll vary slightly between the batches. I do not know what it is with this setup, but I end up kind of horking up my back a little bit, and I'm just like, ooh, trying to reach over to you, and I don't know. I end up having to rest after these see, my back is bothering me already from these pack and chats. I just don't know what it is about this setup, but sometimes it can take me down for a whole day after I've spent a couple, 2 to 3 hours on these. So we're gonna put those in. I had done the first pack and chat over at my regular packing table and people didn't like it, which was really unfortunate because it was so easy for me. I set up my camera, I turned it on, I started filming. It was super simple. So I'm gonna put that there, and I'm going to put in a mandarin cranberry wax melt sample and a cranberry limeade sample soap. Beverly did ask for a couple of samples, soap samples in particular. I just don't have any of the strawberry champagne. The strawberry champagne is, I make it in my largest batch, and I don't really end up with samples from that one. So that's the story there. So in just a little bit more shred to protect it on its journey. And the shred is also insulation. It's a good temperature control for the wax as well. In with the invoice and the business card, and then this one will be ready. So yeah, the Packin' Chats have really turned into more than I ever expected them to be, which I think it's so fun that you all do love your orders on the Packin' Chat. So I am, fair warning. These are gonna be hefty Packin' Chat videos. I have a lot of orders sitting on my counter behind me. So they're probably gonna be this one and another one. They're probably gonna be pretty long because they're pretty big orders. And I just wanted to remind you that if you're watching this, well, obviously you're watching it, right? But I just wanted to say that, listen, they're going to be long. These are all requested to be on video. So I'm not just doing this because I just wanted to show off my packaging. That's not what this is about. The customer actually requests to have their order packed on video, and I do try to honor everyone. I said that I was going to move on to like a drawing, but I haven't done that yet, so I'm really pushing in as many as I can. And I usually only do the requests that come in the first 3 days of the release. So the release is Thursday night. I usually look over my list Sunday night or Monday morning, and those are the ones that end up on the Packin' Chat. Okay, so this order is headed to Tony in Maryland. Thank you for your order, Tony. And the first thing we have that we're gonna put in is we have a couple of the sea salt soaps. So for this release, we had lemon rose water and peach. So we're gonna tuck those in there at the bottom. I think I'll flip them over. That way I can just stack the wax melts in. All right, ooh, we have bath bomb too, so I need to make sure I leave plenty of room for the bath bomb. And let's see, move everything back over here. I guess, we'll put in, I'm undecided. We're gonna put in a buttered pumpkin pecan waffles. And I like to give just a little bit of shred there, even though they're flat, just to protect it from, you know, it's going to have quite a bumpy ride, I imagine. So a little friction there. Let's make sure they don't just sit and rub on each other constant. We have pumpkin thyme at the bakery donuts, and my son just goes nuts over these. He's like, oh, I just love how these smell. I just love them so much as he's packaging them up. He's like, it makes me want a pumpkin donut so bad. So I actually bought a donut pan, and I'm gonna make him some this weekend, I think, for some real pumpkin donuts. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do this just a little bit different because I want the bath bomb not to be resting on any wax melts. So I'm just going to put a little shred there, and then we'll put that pumpkin souffle one on the top there. And this box is pretty big. I didn't really need a box this big except for the bath bombs going in. And I have a whole bunch of my papers because we have a bunch of bath bombs coming. So we just cut all this paper to the size we need. And so this is a Béziers Devenies bath bomb in the hexagon. This has a little bit of copper and gold drizzle on it. Super nice. Smells amazing. And then, yeah, we'll tuck it in right there. I think that works super nice. Let's see what else. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so we'll just tuck in some shred. We're gonna have a little extra space on this one, but if we don't fill it to the top, then we're gonna have some issues with the bath bomb shifting. And even though they're really hard, there's still a chance that the extra movement could start causing them to get a little crumbly. We're going to put in a lemon It's Just Good soap, and I chose that one because of the lemon rose water. And then we're going to put in a cranberry rhubarb preserved wax melt sample. I adore this scent. I just can't get over it. I have it in a spray, and I just spray it all the time. I am obsessed. Business card and invoice, packing slip. It's called an invoice for this particular style, but it's all paid, of course. And so we'll put on a sticker, which that reminds me, I really need to get my sticker order done. Boy, the Christmas release is coming up fast. It's just time is just flying past me. Golly. So see, we still have a little extra space here. And that allows for not only movement in the package, if it gets flipped over, which more than likely it's going to be, and it also allows for them to be crushed. So when it gives like this is a pretty sturdy box of this one in particular, but you know, it's gonna start pushing in on that because this one may be followed behind with a 50-pound box. That's just the way it is. So it's my responsibility to make sure it's packed correctly. I don't have a whole lot of these biodegradable peanuts, but I will recycle some. I'm sorry, Tony, this is going to be a little annoying, but at least it's just a little on the top that you can pull out. I get these orders in and they're just jam-packed full of the peanuts, which I don't mind, obviously. You go pull your stuff out and peanuts are everywhere. It's like a peanut explosion. This order is headed to Holly in Pennsylvania. Thank you for your order, Holly. And I had so many Hollies with this release. It was pretty fun. So we have spiked cider soap, wild berry blizzard. I love that one. And then a wild elderberry. Ooh, that does not look like it's focusing, but I really can't tell. The purple didn't quite turn out as I wanted on that one. I was going for a little darker, but it discolors just a little bit, so it did kind of gray out a hint. I'm gonna put a little bit of shred here. We'll kind of level up that soap there. This is a fun order. I love big orders, but I also like the small ones quite a bit because I can whip right through them. I have a quota to do every day, and I recently made an Instagram post just to say, you know, I do put a lot of care into packaging your orders, and I don't just throw them in the box. I write your note, I hand pick your samples, and I just put a lot of care into it. So my husband does pull the orders for the most part and put the boxes together for the most part. So really all I have to do is the packaging. But it does take me a little bit longer. I've heard some makers say they've packed 800 a day, and I'm like, I don't know. I know what I can do. I increase my number all the time. Sometimes when the orders get smaller, I can pack 75 a day, you know, but for the most part, I stay in the 30 to 50 range because that's just a happy balance for me. We're putting in a Berry Bliss. I always have work to do in the mornings. Always have some sort of computer work, email, correspondence, etc. And then at the end of the day, I have been trying to make wax, and after the last release, I was making Christmas soaps and such. So I try to stay busy with other projects as well, just so I keep my momentum going. But I'm not a crazy fast packer, and I've been that way for 10 years because, not 10 years, I've been in business for 9 years this month. I don't even know my anniversary. You know, I see all these other makers pop out with their little, you know, anniversary sales and stuff. I don't even know when mine is. Okay, so we have quite a large order here going to a customer in Texas. Thank you so much for your order. You know who you are. And trying to think this through. I'm hoping this all goes really well. Let's start in with the clamshells. So we have 3 almond cookie clamshells. That's a scent that I remade. I don't think this is all gonna go in this box. And then we have 2 French Quarter Bakery. I've remade some of those. Let's see what else we got going on. We have 2 of the Coffee Shop. I was not able to remake those because I used up all my fragrance and I don't have any on order yet. We have a couple of the Fruity Loops. I also remade those. And then we have Wild Elderberry, Fresh Peach, and Hawaiian Dreams. So there we go with the clamshells. Gonna move these over so that these hanger parts are up at the edge. I like to do that. We're going to put in a Wild Elderberry soap, a Beezy Stiff Knees soap, and we have a Lemon Rosewater soap. Do that. This will flip these over today so that we don't have to put anything on the top of them. Now we do have some more clamshells around. I'm a little brain weary today, admittedly, so this is not computing super well. I'm really having to think this one through. I'll go ahead and put in the apple cider donuts. Now, this customer put on her note that she wanted to get more of the apple cider donuts than I had available. It's her favorite scent pretty much, and so I don't know, I might have just taken liberties with that one. Anyway, she really likes the scent, and I was already planning on remaking them, so I thought I would work with her to get these into her order. So we have 3 of the clamshells. Now, I am out of, see, I have these normal little 4x4 bags. Well, I don't have those, so I had to put them in a 4x6. So they're going to be a little bit bigger bag-wise. We have, let's see, I was trying to do something different there. I discontinued the round clamshells because I can't consistently get these. And really, they're a little wider by quite a bit actually than the rectangle, so they took up more space and just in general a pain. So we're done with those. Gonna put in a little shred to kind of level this all up. And then we'll just fit in as much as we can here. Let's put in the skeleton soap, which was super adorable, and a jack-o'-lantern soap. And do that. That works great. We're going to put in some of these bar shapes. So we have a Bite Me bar, wax melt bar, and a candied apple wax melt bar. These ones are just a hint too big, but the bags, I should say, but there's really not a lot I can do about that. We're going to put in 3, I guess, of the cranberry rhubarb preserves. I want to call them cran raspberry, but they're not at all. That's the juice I drink. Ocean Spray has a cran raspberry energy drink. It's actually really good. I don't know that it gives me the energy, but when my husband and I go for drives on Saturday, that's what I take for my drink. And let's see. We have these other ones too. So we have the buttered pumpkin pecan waffles. Those like so. we have another of the cranberry here. Keep them together like so. We're going to put in this other buttered pumpkin pecan. And then we have 3 of the caramel apple ones. These are so pretty. Adorable. Love them. Ooh, that's looking good. I like how that's going together. Add a little bit of protection from the whole rubbing in transit thing. And then we're getting pretty much out of space here. So we're gonna put in the pumpkin thyme at the bakery donuts. We're gonna put in the sunflowers. Put the sunflowers maybe right there. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Oh, we're so close, but we have some bath bombs and such, so it's just not all gonna go. Let's put in, pushing it just a little bit on those. So we may save those to go in with the next one. Let's try the apple cider donuts. Yeah, those feel like they'll be all right. Alright, I think that's a well-packed order. So then the last one, we'll fix up another box. We'll have the pumpkin souffle, a cranberry rhubarb bath bomb, and the Bee's Yeast of Knees bath bombs. And we'll just put the samples in the next package. That way we're all super duper protected. Now, did this customer get route? I don't remember. Yes, we have route. The route is less expensive and provides a lot more protection than I can do with the post office. So I definitely recommend route. Okay, let's try this one. I'm going to put in an invoice. I'm going to have to go print off another set so that we make sure we get everything in right. I'm not going to close this one up quite yet. So we're just going to go to a cube and some nice padding down there, and then we'll get in the hexagon bath bombs. This battery is already dying. Golly. I'm only on my 4th order. Let's see. Yes, this is much better. Now we're just going to Texas, so this, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to grab this. This box won't be a lot extra, hopefully. We'll see. I mean, plenty obviously, but it'll be fine. It's actually usually in the same range as the 863 price wise. So the difference is that I don't have to buy the box, where the 863 I do. So sometimes you'd think, well, it'd just be best for me to use these price wise, but then a lot of times they're too big. Make sure that shred is just kind of like nestled up against all of the bath bombs and kind of like underneath the hexagon. Now we're going to put in the remainder of these pumpkin souffle wax melts, and then I'll put the samples in. We're going to do wild berry blizzard and the mandarin cranberry wax melt. And again, I'm just going to leave this one open, and I will be back for another. We have another nice sized order here, and this one is going to Cassidy in South Dakota. Thank you for your order, Cassidy. And we're going to put in the soaps first. We have 2 of the Bee's Yeast of Knees soap. And we have, let's see, we have Figgy Cream and Maple Leaves. We have Bite Me and Cranberry Limeade. We have Strawberry Champagne and a Wild Berry Blizzard. Put those in like so. And then we have a Lemon Rosewater Sea Salt Soap. A little tight, so we'll do something different. And then a Peach Sea Salt Soap. And I did originally plan on having more of the sea salt soaps with this release, but again, supply chain issues. I felt like Wholesale Supplies Plus held my my bulk salt hostage for so long. So it took forever for that to come in, and by then we've just completely bypassed the window for it. Okay, let's see, we have 7 bath bombs that need to go in still, and then we have a pumpkin souffle wax melt. Let me think. I think we're just going to bring these sea salt soaps up here. We may need this, we may not, we'll see. Alright, we'll add a little bit of shred to the bottom. And then it's time to start wrapping the bath bombs. So good. Let's see, I'll do the busiest of needs. I think I'm going to put the flat ones on the bottom, and then the busiest of needs on top of those with some good padding. Let's see, I like some pretty fat pieces for the pumpkins. We'll do that and put those to the side. So this order has 1 of the Mandarin Cranberry Pumpkin Bath Bombs. There's 1 of the Cranberry Rhubarb Bath Bomb. And then we have, oops, okay, 2 of the Bite Me Bath Bombs. I just love this color. It's gorgeous. Alright then. Let's see how this is all gonna go. And now I'm feeling like I don't have enough room. I do not. Let's put in the hexagon ones, and then we'll just go from there. We'll see what happens. We might get them all in just like, oh, there's 4, forgot. Okay, that'll work, because then we can put those flat ones on top of each other. Yep, that will do. Alright, and then we'll tuck in these other two. We'll put one there, and then one here. Alright, that'll work. That looks good, feels comfortable. Then I guess what we'll do is we'll put this pumpkin souffle right there. That just worked out super nice. So for samples, I'm going to put in an oatmeal milk and honey and a candied apple wax melt sample. We're just going to do that like so. Tuck in the business card and the invoice. And then this one is ready to head off to South Dakota. Alright, this order is headed to Lynn in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you for your order. And we're going to put in a figgy cream and a maple leaf soap. We have a cranberry limeade soap. And then we have a cranberry rhubarb preserves wax melt bar. Just going to put that on the top here. Scoots it over so it fits better. We'll tuck a little bit of shred around all the edges. Let's get a little bit underneath there. Okay. Being stubborn. There we go. So then tuck a little in here on the side. Alright, so put a little bit on top of this wax melt bar. But I am thinking that I will put the mandarin cranberry wax melt sample here. And then with just a little bit more shred, protect that bar, we'll do a Wildberry Blizzard sample. And then this one is ready to head off to New Mexico. So my battery is almost dead, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to, not that this really matters to you, of course, I'm going to switch out the batteries and try to get resorted, and I will get started back up here in just a little bit. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll stick around for Pack and Chat Part 3.